everyone, on behalf of the Mindalia TV team, welcome to Mindalia live streaming. Today we have Estela Salinas with us, and she's going to be sharing with us in this space that has been named The 7 Human Needs. Estela Salinas is a clinical psychologist, master NLP, and a national public speaker. Before starting with her, we just want to remind you that Mindalia's mission is to share information that can help spread the level of consciousness in the planet, and that you can collaborate with us by liking our content, subscribing to our channel, or following us in our different platforms. Let's not delay this any further. I have the great pleasure of leaving you with Estela Salinas. Estela, welcome to Mindalia. The screen is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, hi. For me, it's always such an honor to be invited to share information with the Mindalia community. I'm Mexican, so I'm sorry for my accent. I will try to do my best. This that I'm going to share with you, it's something that I'm passionate about. Because at the end, as we as human beings are here to be happy, right? Up to the highest level, if possible. So if we don't cover our basic needs, well, I believe that's why we seem so lost. When we talk about needs, we usually start with the Maslow hierarchy of needs, right? Based on his book that he wrote, The Theory of Human Motivation, or something like that, in 1943, go figure. And of course, Maslow hierarchy of needs is often portrayed in the shape of a pyramid, with the largest, most fundamental needs at the bottom. And this classification that did Maslow, the hierarchy has been revised over time. The original hierarchy states that lower level must be completely satisfied and fulfilled before moving on to higher pursuit. However, today scholars prefer to think that these levels has continuously overlap each other, because that's the way it is. So people used to criticize him, saying a motivation theory must be anthropocentric rather than animal-centric. And he largely animalistic hierarchy crowned with a human edge used to say man's higher nature rests upon lower nature needing. It is a foundation, and collapsing without this foundation, our good life qualities rest upon and need our animal qualities. To be honest with you, and based on everything that I've been studying for so many years, I believe it's more than 5. I believe it's 7. And so many people have called them in different names. But these are things that we simply, that this is the important thing. It doesn't matter how many are they or what is the name. The thing is that this cannot be negotiable. These are needs. That's the thing. None of the 7 are negotiable. And it's not like we don't recognize that the base ones are important. I mean, we need to eat, whatever, but we need to accomplish everything. We need to fulfill everything. All the way, it's a mess. So each of these individual levels contains a certain amount of internal sensation that must be met in order for an individual to be fulfilled. So I believe no matter the need, I repeat, or the level, you need to meet them all, I insist, because our needs, forgive the redundancy, but I do believe it's important that we understand that. That's why I will share with you this today, because I believe it's really important. And most of the things that make us unhappy are based on this. So let's start with the physiological needs. That it's food, it's water, it's sleep, it's reproduction, it's sex, I mean, it's air. If you don't met this need, it will bring us pain. If we achieve them, it will bring us pleasure. It's as easy as that. And those are the two forces that lead our life. Everything we do it to gain pleasure or to avoid pain. Everything we do. So let's go to the second need. That is the safety needs, like having a job, like resources, like you can trust that you have resources, health, certainty, shelter, security. If a person does not feel safe in an environment, they will seek safety before attempting to meet any other need. So if you accomplish the second need, what emotion brings back to you? Well, peace. You will feel peaceful. So these needs, everybody talks about them like that. The importance of what I'm sharing with you today is the last ones. But let's keep on doing this. You need to be you need to feel sure, safe, and feel certainty, feel certain about the future. Of course, a nearly impossible expectation to fulfill. But we artificially, right? We control our thoughts and we think, I will be here tomorrow. My loved ones will be here tomorrow. And we make plans. That's the only way that we can live the way we do, believing that it's going to be a tomorrow. Other way will be impossible to live. We even sometimes, I don't know if you relate with this, but sometimes some people, they don't go to the doctor even if they feel something is not right. Why? Because they are not sure they are safe, they are healthy. So they rather don't go because they are afraid. Because if you lose your health, I mean, you lose the second need of safety. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you have a day or two or a week or two or whatever. Sometimes, in another example, we don't diversify our income just to play ourselves, to fool ourselves, thinking that everything is going to be perfect, that we will keep on making money the same way we've been doing and keep our jobs and things like that. The third need is variability. Not a sure thing, not an open and shut case. Variety, sports, movies. If we don't meet this need, the emotion we will have is boredom. So it's important to understand the beauty of uncertainty. You will not be afraid of taking risk and will not be afraid of new situations or people. That's why we love sports so much. That's why we love, watch a game, whatever sport it is, because we don't know the outcome. So that's fun. I mean, we don't know. And that's why we love to watch a movie, because we are not sure about anything. And if we are, it's a bad movie, right? if we can predict what's going to happen, it's a bad movie. I mean, because we don't get what we were looking for, that it's uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. Some people experience this and can take it to an extreme, and extremes are never good, of course, and they may engage in frequent job or relationship changes for the sake of variety, or take unnecessary risk. I mean, unnecessary risk. I watching sometimes in YouTube these crazy people doing crazy things that I'm like, oh my God. And they are seeking for this need. This unnecessary risk, it's to achieve the adrenaline jolt they crave. But it's this need. And this is important. The next thing. This need is responsible for people cheating each other. It's not a moral issue. It's never been and never will a moral issue. It's a need. That's why it happens so much. And it's a need that we need to fulfill. So that's why I love psychology. And that's why I love to study human behavior, because you understand why we do the things we do and why we don't do some other things. If I really don't want to cheat on my partner, I just need to fulfill the need of variety. It's variety, right? In other way or form. I just need to do something to fulfill that need. And on the contrary, if I am too stressed for whatever reason, it's simple. I just need to watch a movie that I already saw. And I have 2 hours of absolute certainty and sureness, and I will feel better, no matter how stressed I was. So let's go to the 4 need. That is significance. It's recognition, is strength, status, goals, self-esteem, respect. If we met this need, we will feel self-esteem, but it can go up to ego problems, right? Are those extremes, but this may translate into a desire to be seen, heard, and listened to. In short, you want to be noticed. That's what you're looking for. So you measure significance by what you believe makes you unique compared to everyone else around you. Recognition provides you with a sense of validation that makes you feel seen, special, or even needed. Recognition is a major driving force. It's even stronger than money, believe it or not. People will do more for recognition than for money. It's a driving force behind human behavior because it provides us with the measurement system to analyze and track our significance, how significant we are. So recognition, it's also an extremely important part of keeping an employee productivity. If you use it, you can have everybody working happy and feeling that you value them, that you appreciate them. You can gain significance this is sad, but you can gain significance through being productive or destructive. I mean, in productive or destructive ways. It's so sad. You can be the worst boss ever by mistreating your staff, just looking for significance. It's just horrible. You can mistreat your kids and you're just looking to fulfill the need of being significant. It's so sad. That's the reason of wars. And until human beings look for a better way to gain significance, the wars around the world will continue. I mean, because it's a need that the human beings have. I know people that they love to fight and get into arguments. And all they're looking for is to fulfill this need. That's why I choose to talk about this, because needs are everything. And it's something that I repeat again, it's not negotiable. You will do whatever you have to do to fulfill those needs. Like, I don't know if you have ever thought about this, because I remember before I studied this, I remember when I saw famous people died of an overdose or committed suicide. Oh my. Thinking he had everything. I mean, what happened here? He had everything. And I've heard conversations between my friends sharing that idea, talking about somebody that just committed suicide, saying, this is so sad. I mean, I don't understand. Well, this is the reason why. When famous people suicide or overdose, it's because they took this need to an extreme. So they become so significant, so different, so special that they lose the next need. And the next need is love and belonging. And we don't, I mean, if you don't relate with human beings because you're so different, if you cannot go to a supermarket because you are that famous, you stop belonging to human beings. And that's the problem. So this need needs to be fulfilled too. Love and belonging. It's friendship, it's love, it's intimacy, it's connection, it's inclusion, it's family. When you met this need, you feel happy, big, strong, or as sad, if you don't fulfill it, to commit suicide. So it's important. It's important to understand why people do the things they do, because there's always a reason. If you cannot fulfill this need, yeah, you can commit suicide. You don't connect. You don't connect anymore with human beings. It's so sad. And we are constantly seeking out for a close relationship with someone or something, always. And you truly understand love, that love wakes you up to the gift of life. And this can lead to some incredible, fulfilling relationships. But it can also cause you to sacrifice self-care in order to take care of others or maintain a relationship. So it's extremes. We need to keep ourselves like just fulfilled. Don't exaggerate in any form of all these needs, right? We all have the need to belong to someone or something, be a part of a family or a team. When I found out about a girl that lost both of his parents, and she was a unique child, I thought to myself, she needs to look to be in a team, whatever team, belong to a group, whatever group, because we need it. We are social beings, and we need to be a part of a family or a team or whatever, be able to relate, to empathize. So the first 5 needs in the list above shape our personality. And sadly, that's all that people believe it is. While the last 2 shape our spiritual needs. And we need to remember that we are spiritual beings living a material experience. So that's the major reason, I believe, of the emptiness human beings are dealing with. This lack of sense of meaning. So let's talk about the 2 most important ones, the ones just a few people take care of, but the ones that we need so we can become a fulfilled human being. Number 6 is creativity and growth. Most of human beings stop growing when they stop learning, when they stop school, and they get involved in a job that they keep on doing the same thing for 40 years. So they stop growing, they stop learning. So we need to keep ourselves in a creative process, learn new things, read, do more, think more. What emotion provides fulfilling this need? You feel satisfaction. That's what you feel. You feel satisfied when you learn something or you teach something, but something that you just learn, and something that make you grow, and that you develop a new skill, whatever. So personal development is a vital part in a person's growth, maturity, success, and happiness. It is the foundation of emotional and physical, intellectual, and spiritual health. This is healthy. To fulfill the needs is healthy. So those foremost need is growth, are always striving to be better, learn more, create more. You have you're very good at your job, but you tend to move on quickly as soon as you believe you reach your full potential. Though there is constant striving for betterment, this ensures they will never be bored. So studies show that creative people are better able to live with uncertainty because they can adapt. They can adapt their thinking to allow the flow of the unknown. Creativity helps you see things differently. And as I said, better deal with uncertainty. Creativity expands our perceptions. Along with the expanded perceptions comes new ways of problem solving, like from making an exquisite meal you don't know how to cook to even survive. So let's go to the last one, the most important one. Well, that's what I think. I believe is the most important one. I do believe so, because it brings the kind of gratification that makes you really grateful, and it's serve and contribute. One cannot be without the other. It nurture, grant, add, provide, commit, give, hand out, afford, share. I mean, most of them are some of my favorite words, and all of them are related with serving and contribute. So, what emotion does this brings if we met this need? Freedom. The secret to living is giving. And those who experience contribution and service know it, that they don't need anything more. If you recognize the need to contribute and serve, you will likely make a big difference in your community, but more important, in your soul. It's simple to give, to serve, to contribute, and that will bring purpose to your life. When you contribute in any way, you expect nothing and appreciate everything. However, you can lose sight of the fact that giving should begin at home and neglect those closest to you as you try to change the world. That can happen. But I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, don't put your soul to starve. Understand the power of these last two needs, because you will feed your soul with it. It makes you feel free and grateful. I repeat, because you don't need anything more. So I do believe it shouldn't be presented as a pyramid, because none of the needs is more important or less important. We just need to understand that it's important for them to be fulfilled, all of them. And yes, I always visualize them with the red color and the orange and the yellow and the green, like the chakras, right? And of course, the last ones are more subtle, but not less important. When I see someone depressed, I always think, I wish I could reach out and just let him know, go and help somebody. Go and feed somebody that has nothing to eat. And you will feel more happy than ever before. Yes.
Estela, thank you for bringing us such a wonderful talk. It has been truly enlightening, if I may say, at least to me. And I was gonna start in the first things that you said, but actually this last thing that you said, it's just making me go ahead and tell you that I am completely right with what you're saying. Because in fact, to me, whenever I'm feeling down, in those days in which you feel like there's not much energy, like you may even be disappointed, my personal technique is go and text people that I haven't talked in a while and just tell them something nice. Tell them that you love them, tell them that you miss them, tell them that you remember when they did this and this and that. And that love giving act ends up being it's like it restarts the engine. It gives you again that strength, and in no time I am back in where I want to be. Is that more or less what you're trying to say?
It's so great that you do that. And sometimes it's just intuition, right? Even if you don't know this specific needs or whatever, you feel that you need to do that. It's incredible.
Yes, definitely, because I've never heard it the way you were saying it. So it's intuitive. I guess that at a certain point it worked for me and it became a habit. And it's, to me, it's the saving technique. It always helps me restart. So if we start now with the questions properly in the way in which they are here, the first one would be human needs change according to the culture of the individuals. These needs that you were talking about that are not food and shelter, but these emotional needs, they can change within the context in which a person is.
Well, yes. Yes, I do believe so. Because there are some cultures that don't look so desperate for significance. That's one of the needs that some people, they really don't look for that. But even though it's not a specific significance what they're looking for, human beings will always look for being good at what they do, for being special or kind of different. So to have goals even is related with that need and respect from others. So I think that the fundamental of the need, we all have it as human beings.
Thank you. Let's go with the next question, and this one is going to be regarding the wanting and needing. How do we how, where, and when draws the line between what we want and what we need, between what means comfort and what means actually something that's needed for survival?
Well, I believe it's precisely what I've been talking about. I mean, you need to read, you need to look for these needs, and because in half an hour I just can only mention a few things. I mean, if you study this, you will understand what things are things that we need to fulfill. Like, well, the basic ones, of course, we need shelter, we need food, we need air, but that's easy. The first two are easy because everybody can understand. But sometimes we don't understand the need of variability. I mean, how many people cheats every day, and even though they love their partner, they cannot stop cheating. And if they knew this, they will look for something else to gain this variability, so they will remain faithful, because it's just they're just looking to fulfill this. They feel the need for variety. That's all they need. If you fulfill that, then you're in peace. It's like you eat. Well, you eat, you feel that it's enough, you feel good, you don't need more or more sleep. So we just need to look for activities or things that bring us all this the fulfillment of all these needs.
If a person is able to educate himself in this variability need, they could say, okay, if what I'm craving is to do something different because I've been done to fulfill many tasks, for example, that's the engineering of my body, they would say, okay, we're gonna switch from, I don't know, bowling night to, I don't know, skydiving, something like that.
Exactly. And most of those people that tend to cheat is because they have a routine that is killing them.
Certainly,
so they are
cheaper than
for
divorce.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Let's go with the next question, Estela. These needs, or the need that it looks like we are, not only us persons, individuals, are very unaware of the needs that we may be having. We are very uneducated in regards to our emotional self. But it looks like, to me, you tell me if I'm wrong, that the advertisement industry is actually very well aware of that, because whatever they are doing, whatever they are presenting to us, without us even knowing, without us even noticing, they are appealing to very soft natures within us, that it's bringing us to do whatever they want. Am I right in this regards?
Yes, of course you are. Of course you are. We are so manipulated in every way. And of course I'm sure that it's psychology behind all this and knowledge, and they know what bottom they just need to push for you to go and buy some shoes. And you believe that will make you happy, because they relate the shoes with happiness and satisfaction in so many ways, in so many pictures, in so many, that suddenly you get confused, and then you buy the shoes and you don't feel happiness. You just feel it for an hour, and then the emptiness comes back again. So I love this topic, because if you understand the last two, and you really decide to accomplish that, you will feel fulfilled. People is so confused, and it makes me cry just to think about how humanity is right now.
I keep agreeing with you in the fact that the need of giving, which we are definitely unaware of because we're only focused on the need of getting, puts us in a level of satisfaction that is even, it's even the perfect situation for us to start evaluating where we are lacking in all the other needs. Once you are in that state, it's very simple to just pay attention to everything else. But we're hoping we get there at a certain point. Let's go with the next question, and it's about the creativity and growth. I find I find all of them very interesting, Estela. I'm not gonna lie. These are all very interesting. But creativity in a time, I think this is a very complex and very interesting. I love it. I love the era in which we're living. But in the era of the social media, in which everything is exposed, at the same time that we all have access to public, we all have access to people, but we're also very vulnerable and very exposed to criticism and the era of perfectionism. How is that affecting the creativity of people? The fear of being judged on what you're doing. Is it slowing down? Is it making the creativity processes maybe stagnant?
Yes, of course. That's why the emptiness. When you look for really poor communities, it's hard to find them depressed, because they need to do so much just to survive that they are busy. On the other hand, when everything is so easy, you just need to push a button. You just need to push a button to buy whatever you want. If you had the money, if you had the means, you can do whatever you want sitting in your living room. And imagine in a time where you needed to build the table you were going to eat on, and suddenly realize that you're good with wood and with your hands, and or you don't have anything to put in your wall, and suddenly you realize that you can paint something and make it different, and making a work of art there. And of course, these times that we're living, where everything is so easy and everyone is so criticized too, and bullied, but that's because people is bored. It's incredible. Well, the other day, I recorded a video talking, well, about something. But the thing is that a guy insulted me. I mean, but bad. So I decided, because I'm a psychologist, I'm always trying to find out why people does the things that they do. So I reach for him and I say, why? You don't know me. Why? Why are you saying these horrible things to me? I mean, I bet you didn't even saw the video. I bet it, because of what he said. And suddenly the guy said, I'm sorry. I'm just so frustrated to be in this, in his house because of the pandemic or whatever. I don't know how to say it in English. The pandemic, right? So I'm so frustrated to be at home, and I lost my job. And you know what? I just get into Facebook to insult everybody, and I feel good about it afterwards. And he said, I'm sorry.
Taking his trash
It
out.
was not, yeah.
In the wrong dumpster.
It was not personal, he said. And I said, okay. And then I feel sad about him, because people, they just do whatever they can because they don't have the information. And if they understand this need, they will read, and they will, it wouldn't be enough time to read and to learn and to understand, why do I feel this way? What can I do to feel better? And oh my.
That is beautiful. And it's the need not only to give things, but the need to give love, to keep that machine, flowing back and forth. Estela, guess what? We have reached the end of our conversation. So before we say goodbye, of course, we want to give you a moment for you to give us your closing thoughts.
Okay. Well, to finalize this, I would like to say that all animals, they seek for survival and safety. And many animals, especially mammals, also invest efforts to belong and to gain esteem. So the first 5 of Maslow's classic needs feature nothing exceptionally human. The first 5, the physiological, the safety, the variability, the significance, and the love and belonging. So I repeat, feature nothing exceptionally human. It's creativity and growth, and contribution and service, what really makes us human.
Thank you. Thanks. I guess that if we were editing this will be the moment in which the applause comes on. But we're live. It's only us for the moment. So feel my applause, feel my happiness, and feel my gratitude for sharing with the Mindalia TV community this information. Before we leave, of course, I want to say that we have had Estela many times in our Spanish channel, and as always, whenever we can bring someone from our Spanish community to our English community, because we want to share this information to as much people as possible. And we want to thank Estela for just deciding to dare to do this in English, and you did a great job. Before we leave now, I just want to say thank you again and remind you that you can also enjoy this through our radio station, mindaliaradio.com, and of course, like, subscribe, follow us in our different platforms, and you can even donate at www.mindalia.com, because when you're doing that, you're helping us reach as much people in the planet, and you help us create these spaces of information and knowledge like the one we just had with Estela. Once again, thank you, a very big hug, and until next time, bye bye.